Yeah. Welcome,
Good.
welcome everybody.
Welcome back, man.
Yes,
Q just went the shortest trip in the history.
the most expensive 4-day weekend ever because I had to go to Korea to see my kids.
Tell us about that, bro.
I went to Korea. I'm like, hi, here's your gifts. All right, deuces, and I left. And I came back.
You only stayed there how many days?
3 days.
3 days, bro.
3 days.
All right, man. We live home. Hey, I gotta ask a question,
Yeah.
cause when you from the hood, black people from the hood, we always paranoid, bro. We always paranoid. You sure you ain't the CIA, man? The CIA ain't send you to MW Cafe and say, drink coffee with this guy and become his friend?
No speak English.
See? But tell them you need more money for the mission.
Yeah.
So when they give you the money, we split it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Copy
You
that.
know, when you from the hood, you be paranoid, bro. You think, hey, they
Everybody.
come in too friendly. You be like, oh man, the FBI sent him.
Oh, that's an
You know what I
arc.
mean?
Yeah.
You tell them, Chef Hattie know what's up. He from Boston.
Yeah, he's from Boston. The Lebanon Don.
Especially when you fresh. Like when I first became Muslim, I was fresh from Jahiliyyah. You come up to me and smile, I'd be like, man, the FBI sent that dude over here. Man. You think everybody after you. Then you realize you ain't even on the list. They don't even know who you is.
Yeah.
They're like, huh? Who? But how was the trip?
First off, I want to go give shout outs to Jeffery Wright, Archtyde Productions, the man
For
behind
sure.
the camera,
For sure.
Chris, my boy Chris,
All right.
too big Chris. He big for no reason. Like, I see him at the gym. I'm like, what are you here? You won. You got it all. Like, all you do is pick up a phone every day. I mean, you don't need muscles for that.
Yeah, they too big, bro.
Ain't that right, Jeff? Yeah.
Yeah. Man.
No, Korea was good though. Korea,
How was it?
Beautiful country. We're gonna go there soon.
For sure.
Probably
sure.
like in a month or two we'll be there. But
For sure.
yeah, my kids were
But why
happy.
you came back 3 days? You went there. You supposed to stay how many? You supposed to stay like a
2
month?
weeks, like 2 weeks. Yeah,
You only stayed what, 4 days?
yeah, 4 days because Korea right now they're very strict on COVID, like strict, like they.
Wow.
Like you said, it's the CIA or FBI, like Homeland Security. They tracking your every move.
Word?
Yeah, like let's say we're in MW Cafe right now.
Yeah.
We leave. They find out this morning somebody was here was tested positive. They could track all of us who was here the whole day and say quarantine.
Wow.
Yeah, so because of that, I was like, oh, I can't
So
risk
don't bring
it.
that stuff over here.
Yeah.
I know they probably.
And they just went down to level 4. Level 5 is complete shutdown.
So if you would have stayed, it was a chance.
I would have got stuck.
But you got the good food there, bro. You got your
Yeah,
family.
but I need the job.
Weather.
The
Oh,
job.
yeah, you need that job.
I would have lost my job, so I was like, all right, deuces, kids. And my
But
kids are
welcome
like,
back, bro. That was. You sure you ain't put a hit out? You ain't go. The CIA sent you there to hit someone. Then come
nah.
back?
Actually, I
Huh?
secretly went to go meet up with my uncle Kim Jong Un, and
Kim Jong-un?
Just kidding. I'm from South Korea. In case you guys didn't know,
I
South
hope I ain't blow
Korea.
your cover though, bro. Yeah, I'm sure we be joking because we paranoid. Anytime
Everybody
somebody
paranoid.
come in the coffee shop or the barber shop back home, we be like, man, you the CIA.
Yeah,
I'm sure I blew somebody cover and they just had a good way to play it off. Like, God damn, he good.
they're quick on their feet.
He
You
good.
know what I
He
mean?
knew who I was.
They had some
You know
street
what was
smarts.
funny? I remember back in the day, we used to have this barbershop in Studio City. Really, it was my brother
Studio
barbershop.
City.
Right on Ventura.
Yeah,
Right on Ventura Boulevard. And it really was my brother barbershop. And so when we started this barbershop, it really was my brother, but I was promoting it for him.
Yeah.
And I came up with the name. I said, call it Platinum Cuts. So what we did is we took all our plaques from the music, we put it all over the wall, and brought everybody and their mother was coming in that barbershop. Every
Yeah.
celebrity you can name, from the Kardashians, from the B2Ks, from
B2K.
Jay Prince from Rap A Lot. Whenever he would come
Yeah.
through. All the homies used to come there because we had a salon for the ladies on one side, the barbershop on the other side, right?
Oh, okay.
So-
It's like the setup in Barbershop 3, the movie.
It's just like that. Just like when
Yeah.
you see in the movies, bro. Especially the homie Doc. Shout out to the homie Doc.
Yeah.
They call him a celebrity barber because he cut everybody here.
All the big names.
He's funny. So we used to always be paranoid about who was the FBI, who the CIA when they come in, and we used to be like, man, he look like he the FBI, CIA, right?
Yeah.
So one day we was joking and he ordered some Jordans, from the barbershop was packed.
Yeah.
So he ordered some Jordans. I think it was FedEx that came and they came and said, "Are you Doc?" We said, "Yes." He said, "You have to sign for this." When he signed for it, bruh, people who was getting a haircut jumped up. FBI, nobody move. Swear to God, real talk, real talk. FBI, everybody get down. And they came to us, pulled out the guns. I'm talking about ladies was getting their hair done. Dudes was getting their hair cut. They all jumped up. They all was FBI.
It was the actual FBI?
Actual FBI. They was investigating, thinking that there was some illegal activities happening in the
Smuggling
barbershop.
or whatever.
Yeah, they thought. So they got up and they was like, open that box right now. They thought it was like drugs or something.
Yeah.
Because back in the day, that's how people used to
Yep.
transport drugs like crazy, right?
And it was easy.
And it was easy. So he was like, man, these sneakers, what you talking about? So he took out the sneakers. He put on the Jordans. He started dancing in front of her like, the FBI laws.
Was he
And
sea
got him out of
walking?
there.
He was sea
Yeah,
walking in front of him.
And they got him out of there. That's when we was like, yo, we be joking around and saying he's FBI. They
Yeah,
really
you
was
messed
up in
around
there.
and made it come true.
Y'all won. I don't want. Listen, FBI. Don't ever think that.
Yeah.
You lost and we won. You won.
Agent
You don't
Carter
we don't
signing
want you
out.
coming and say, oh, you think we lost? We gonna make up something to get you. You know what
Inspector
I mean?
Lee and Agent Carter signing out. G14 classified.
You guys always win.
G14
And kids,
classified.
man, stay in school, man. Don't be a criminal.
No.
You know what I mean? You don't want the
Don't-
FBI. You don't want the CIA. You don't want the police knocking on your door, man.
You don't want all that heat.
You don't want all that heat. You don't want to. You know what I mean? If I grew up different, if I know
Yeah.
what I know now, I would have tried to take a different route. But what was written for me was written for me. You know what I mean?
But your brother owning that barbershop, is that the same brother that was in Puerto Rico recently?
Mooney, yes. my
Yeah,
brother
Mooney, right?
Yes.
So what's going on with it? What's going on with Puerto Rico right now?
So Puerto Rico, you know what I mean? My brother, you know, we got family there. My mother's
Yeah.
Puerto Rican. She had Puerto Rican, half Cuban. We have family there, man. So my brother went there to visit my aunt, my mother's sister.
You just met her for the first time too, right?
I contacted her. I was trying to get in touch with her, I would say, for the past 30-something years.
Yeah.
For some reason, when my grandmother was alive, I'd go to my grandmother and I'd be like, yo, grandma, you always told me that we got an auntie, my mother's brother, my mother's sisters in Puerto Rico. The brother passed away about 5-6 years ago, unfortunately, my uncle.
Yeah.
So we wasn't able to get in contact with him. So my cousin Chris, Puerto Rican side, you know, I seen on Facebook he was in Puerto Rico. So I hit him up last year. I said, look, man, you're in Puerto Rico. I need you to get in touch with my mother's sister for me, my auntie. He's like, say no more, cuz. I know where she at. I'll look for her. I'll get in contact with her. He called me one day, and we FaceTime with my aunt.
Yeah.
She don't speak no English, so he was translating. And remind you that my grandmother, for some reason, she just never connected us. I don't know why. I used to say, grandma, hook us up with my family in Puerto Rico. But my aunt in Puerto Rico, she has a different father than my mother. My mother's father is from Cuba. He's Cuban.
Cubano.
Her father, my auntie father was my grandmother's first husband. He was a Puerto Rican, you know what I mean? And from Puerto Rico. So what happened is, he contacted me, put my aunt on the phone. All this time, I grew up thinking that, you know, they didn't want nothing to do with us. You know what I mean? I didn't really know. My grandmother didn't really tell us, so I used to be like, I wonder, like, you know, because unfortunately, you got some racist Puerto Ricans.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, you got Puerto Ricans who, because Puerto Ricans is a mixed race. You know, Chef Hattie tell you he grew up in Boston. Puerto Ricans is a mixed race where you have, you know, I think 20-30% African, maybe 50-60% Spanish, and 20% Native American, Taino. But the Taino is mixed up, you know what I mean? So, unfortunately, you got Puerto Ricans that might think they European. Unfortunately, if that's what you want to be, that's on you, man. You mixed up,
right?
And you want to say today that's you, bro. I don't got time for that weird stuff.
Yeah.
So I grew up thinking that my family in Puerto Rico didn't want to get in contact with us because my father's black. So this is what some of my family was making us seem like they was racist. So, you know, unfortunately, that's what I grew up believing. Like maybe they thought they was better than us. But I said something
Just
inside
they
of
didn't
me.
know.
Something inside of me was like, still get in contact with your family. So when I got in contact with my aunt, she was darker than me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And the first thing I said, I told my cousin, I said, listen, did she even know that we exist? That she had like nephews? She came back with pictures of me and my brothers when we was child. So she told my cousin, she said, I always knew about you guys. I always prayed for this day. You know what I mean? So I'm like, wow, man, why the family didn't connect us sooner?
That's the best family reunion, though.
You know what I mean? So I told her I'm definitely going to go to Puerto Rico because I got plans, you know, that my mother's from Puerto Rico. You have a small amount of Muslims growing on the island. So I want to go build a masjid on behalf of my mother. My mother died as a Muslim, Puerto Rican Muslim. So I have the intention to go back, build a masjid there. And inshallah, you know what I mean, try to make some. There's a few projects.
And Mooney was there, right?
Mooney was there about a month ago with his wife. You know, he got married, went there. Puerto Rico is beautiful, bro. You know what I mean? He was there like on, bro, Puerto Rico is beautiful. You don't have to worry about, you know, in America, unfortunately. Like in America, we can't just go and pop up and be in the woods somewhere.
Yeah.
You might get hung.
Let's
right?
right?
Had to keep it real, bro. Y'all know, like, we can't just say, man, our country of America is so beautiful. Let's go to something called Redneck City in Virginia, because the woods, we want to walk in the woods, man. You might not make it out.
Yeah.
The good thing about Puerto Rico is that when some of the homies used to send me videos, like I had a Puerto Rican friend from New York, he bought this he bought this land in the mountains, and the river was going through his backyard. And he just used to walk with his kids through the woods, and I used to look like, damn, no redneck ain't pop up. Where the rednecks at? Then I realized everybody looked like us there. So I'm like, you know what? I got to give me some land in Puerto Rico. I can walk. I don't have to be walking, worrying about my shotgun. You know what I mean? Just walk freely, safely, because the people look like us. You know, you got Chinese people in Puerto Rico now. Your cousins is there. Yeah, your cousins is there.
Yo, I know that.
Koreans got to get there though, bro. We need y'all.
I was about to go to Puerto Rico when I was in the military. We just got back from Iraq, and we're like, hey, where should we go on vacation for R&R? Everybody's, hey, La Galeria is going on, and that's like every first Tuesday of the month in San Juan.
Yes.
In like the barrio, like it's like the Juarez version of Puerto Rico.
The hood
in San Juan.
Yeah.
By the river. Under the bridge, under the overpass.
You talking about La Perla?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, bro. I got a story about La Perla.
The club, the noise is there and everything. Like it's right there.
Yeah.
They have like this big festival on the second Tuesday of every month.
Second Tuesday every month, La Perla.
Yeah,
bro,
but
it's crazy.
Dude, it's crazy. Like,
when I first went to Puerto Rico 23 years ago. This one I was a little wild. I would never do this now. Don't try this at home, kids. Like, I would never do this. I used to have a habit where wherever I go, I like to go to the hood. I don't know if y'all seen an interview with Speedy. The homie Speedy became Muslim.
Yeah.
He talk about his interview on Info Minds. It's an amazing interview.
It's an amazing documentary.
And this dude was a gangbanger, like hardcore.
He's straight G.
G, bro.
Straight.
He became Muslim, alhamdulillah. And he even said in a documentary, like, how I used to always beg him to take me to the hood. I love hoods, bro. Back then, wherever I go to, I want to be in the hood. So I used to always beg him to take me to South Central. I used to always go, shout out to the homie White Deuce. I used to always go to Ma Paru hood with White Deuce. Yeah. Always go to the Crip hoods. Always go to
Compton,
I used to
LBC.
go to like the schoolyard Crip. I was fascinated with the ghetto.
So you went to the woods.
So when I went to Inglewood with IVC with Big Cycles from, I used to make them take me there. And I remember one time, man, shout out to the homie, man. I wonder where he's at now. Pac used to roll with this dude named Bogart. Bogart was from Schoolyard Crips.
Yeah.
And for some reason, man, a lot of the G's, they used to take a liking to me because I was little. And I guess because I look innocent, but I was bad as hell.
Yeah.
So I used to always mouth off.
Cold blood.
So I remember I used to give a lot of mouth to Bogart, and he used to be like, man, the little homies will tear you up, boo.
Yeah.
I said, like, man, the little homies ain't gonna do nothing. So one time he did this prank. Pac was in on a prank where he was like, I'm gonna make it seem like I'm gonna take Mood to my hood. He was from a place called Schoolyard Crips from South Central. He's like, I'm gonna pretend I'm gonna take him to the hood to fight one of my little homies. So when I was mouthing off with him, he's like, bro, let's go to the hood right now. You know what I mean? You can go to the hood. I said, bro, I jumped in the car, like, let's go to the hood. I said, as long as they don't put no gun out on me and we fight fair, I fight all your little homies. You know what I mean? And for that, he loved me even more. He's like, oh, I'm just joking with you, bro. I ain't gonna let that happen to you. You know what I mean? So when I went to La Perla Project 23 years ago, this was before social media.
Yeah.
I went with my brother, my little brother Camille. I took my cousin Sharif, and I went with this dude named George. He was like a Puerto Rican older dude. Who was since he was Puerto Rican, I was like, look, I'll pay for your airline ticket, just come and translate for me. So when we got there, he was born and raised there all his life, but he moved to LA. So when we got there, I started asking questions. I said, look, man, where's the worst ghetto in San Juan, Puerto Rico? Where's the hood at? They was like, bro, La Perla.
Yeah.
I said, what about this La Perla? You know what I mean? If I'm saying it right. He's like, look, it's on a fort that was built by the Spaniards. And
that's the place.
It's one way in, one way out.
Yep.
And back then, like, I had that mindset, like, man, I don't give a heck about no La Perla, whatever you want to call it. Take me to the La Perla. So he said, you sure? I said, bro, take me. And then I went there, but even though I was a wild dude, because I come from the ghetto, I know how to respect other people's ghetto. I don't just jump there and start screaming, hey, and start disrespecting people in the middle of a La Perla. I still had common sense. You know what I mean? I'm from the hood. I ain't going to act that crazy. Once I got to La Perla, I'm going to go by the rules of La Perla. Yeah. I just wanted to be there.
And then if someone steps up to you, then
if someone step up,
you'll clap back. But
but we would have had to escape. You still got to use your mind. Like, I'm in the middle of an island. if somebody would stepped up to me, I would have been diplomatic. You know what I mean? I'm also diplomatic. I'd have said, look here, brother. We
Take
can
me
just
to
go
the nearest U.S. embassy.
No, we could just go eat some rice and beans and talk this over. But you got to be diplomatic, bro.
Yeah.
You got to know how to survive. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So what happened is I went to La Perla. I just was excited to be in the ghetto because I was on the beach. I was at a hotel on the beach full of tourists. So knowing that I had Puerto Rican blood in me, I wanted to be with my people. You know what I mean? And I come from the ghetto, so I said, take me to the ghetto. So when he took me to La Perla, it was dangerous, bro. They was one way in, one way out. This was the first time I ever seen people in broad daylight just hustling, selling drugs. And I'm like, what if the cops come? They like, no, the cops, they even need permission before they enter.
Yeah, La Perla.
So I'm like, what?
Yup.
Bro. So let me tell you what happened to you. So when we get there, everybody's slinging broad daylight. This dude got a gun on him. And I remember I took my video camera out. And the guy was like, whoa, what are you doing? I said, no, I just want to film, you know what I mean? He like, bro, put that camera down. He's like, we got to go get permission from whoever their OG is.
The Don, right?
Yeah, he's like, bro, before you record, we got to get permission from the OG. So they went, you know, he's like, we're going to tell him your mother's Puerto Rican. This is your first time back on the island. Maybe he give you permission. So literally, bro, no joke. So they went talk to the OG. They came back. He's like, he give you permission to film. They had like a Pac mural there. It was crazy because I swear to God, even though, like you know, it is considered one of the worst areas in San Juan back then.
Yeah.
Bruh, the people treated us like family. From the simple fact that they was like, your mother Puerto Rican?
Yep.
You one of us.
You have
Bruh,
Puerto Rican
it was
blood.
nothing but love. I was there for hours. I didn't want to leave. Like, I was chilling in La Perla for hours, bro. And the people showed us. Now when I'm older, I'm like, what the hell? I would never do nothing like that. Now I'm like, where's the worst neighborhood? Okay, take me that way. Get me away from it. I don't got time for the drama. I don't got, you know what I mean? We don't want to be around none of that crazy stuff, bro.
Like, I'll tell you a story about San Juan La Perla.
Yes.
That La Galeria that I told you about. Mm-hmm. I wasn't able to go, but my pilots that was stationed with me, I remember one of them, his name is Mike Rivera.
Yes.
Straight Boricua, you know?
Yeah.
And I was an honorary Boricua because back then I was DJing.
Yes.
All the Puerto Ricans, when they wanted the most recent reggaeton, they got it from me. From the Chinito. They got the reggaeton from the Chinito, you know what I mean? So but I couldn't go, right? So but they went and they told me the story about La Galeria. They were there and they're partying, you know. You know, just jamming to the to the music. All of a sudden there was a fight that broke out. And one of the dudes stabbed the other dude. Didn't kill him, but stabbed him and pulled out a knife. The head boss, like the Don, he stopped all the music, got up on stage, he's like, bring that guy up here. Shot him, threw him in the river, turn the music back on, and then everybody started partying. Act like nothing happened.
Puerto Rico,
I needed to go there. Dang.
Puerto Rico, they still got some wild places.
Yeah.
Even my cousin, you know, when my brother was there, you know, we had my cousin, shout out to Edwin, my little cousin there, very good dude. You know what I mean? He was somebody tried to jack him for his motorcycle not too long ago. Shot him. He lost a lung. You know, got a metal plate in the leg, and it was a girl that shot him. You know what I mean? So, but even though Puerto Rico, it changed a lot.
Yeah.
You know, they still have. They got some nice areas for tourists.
Still mad beautiful,
but you
though,
still got to be careful where you go.
Yeah.
That's every hood. You know what I mean? Every place you're gonna have good, you're gonna have bad.
You're
you
always
gotta be
gonna
careful.
have good and bad.
You know what I mean? You gotta be careful, man. I'm
That's
sure.
life.
What about Korea? They got hoods in Korea?
No.
Alhamdulillah.
No. Yeah, Korea's safe.
Korea's safe.
Korea's straight safe.
Wow, he said
Like my
no.
daughter takes
That's dope, though,
takes
bro.
a city bus for 30 minutes.
Yes.
To go to her math class because we're Korean, we're good at math, so she does extra math classes. But yeah, she goes to her math class 30 minutes at like 9 o'clock at night and it's safe.
Dope. That's how it should be, though, bro.
My son's 10 years old. Now, hey, Junior, go to the store and get me some orange juice.
Dope. That's how it should be, bro. That's how it should be,
Yeah.
bro. Kids should be able to you should be able to enjoy life.
It's safe here though.
It's safe. Saudis, mashallah, tabarakallah. Saudis, a lot of people, alhamdulillah.
I was really happy that it was actually safe.
He said, alhamdulillah.
Yeah. I'm learning.
He learning.
Adrian, kef halek?
Okay, Holly.
Kef halek? Alhamdulillah. You see, I'm learning.
He learning.
Yeah.
He got that Arabic.
It's going down. Now
repeat after me. Ashadu illah.
Ashhadu illah.
Ilaha. Illallah. Wa ashadu. Anna. Muhammadan. Rasulullah. If you accept and believe what you just said,
you just set me up,
you just
didn't
became Muslim. There's no deceitfulness in Islam.
No, it's a joke.
But that's how you accept Islam when you're ready.
Hey, but
when you're ready, we don't do because in Islam,
I did that pretty good though, right?
Bro, it was natural. You might have just became Muslim
I know,
only if you accept it in your
maybe,
heart.
Maybe I already am. Shoot.
Nah, but in Islam, we don't got to do no deceitfulness.
No, I know.
We clear with it. You know what I mean? But what you just said in Arabic, you believe that there is no God, no deity worthy of worship and truth except God alone, and that Muhammad is his final messenger and prophet. That's it. And if you believe that in your heart, then you became Muslim. But if you need to learn more, we here to teach you, bro. It's no, because even Allah says, Allah says in the Quran, there's no compulsion in religion.
Yeah.
Like you cannot force the people. You cannot be deceitful. You know what I mean? Some jokers be deceitful. No, we want people to know why they accepting Islam. You know what I mean? So, bro, so like you said, Saudi's safe, man. One of the safest countries in the world.
Yes, it
the
is.
whole Middle East, the whole Khaliji countries.
But how's your
You know
kids?
what I mean?
Muhammad still is Muhammad still liking LeBron James? Like,
Yeah, my kids love LeBron, man. They be mouthing off with me because they think that LeBron James
is still the
and
GOAT.
Kobe, even Kobe, my man.
Yeah,
But
Kobe's mine
nobody
too.
can outdo Michael Jordan.
No.
That's it. They don't understand, bro.
It's all
you know
about
what I mean?
Michael Jordan.
I be telling them, they be like, LeBron. Shout out to LeBron.
I don't want to hear it, Jeff. I don't want to hear it, Jeff. We already had
Jeff
this
know what's up,
discussion.
bro. But Michael Jordan is just he the man. You know what I mean? Like, so my kids, LeBron James, he's stiff. I know some
And
crazy.
he's a flop.
Yeah, he always.
I call him.
I come from the era when jokers was swinging on the basketball
The bad
court.
boy Pistons.
Yeah, bro.
You know, where if they do an elbow check while you're in the air and knock you down, oh, get up.
We come from that era when you was getting people was taking flight on each other.
Yeah, the blood. There's blood everywhere.
Because when you less talented, you have to resort to violence.
Hey.
That's not true, bro. It's just that it was basketball back then was more for real men.
Yeah, it's
now
for
you get
men.
like this, they like, huh?
Men.
They falling out, bro. I see
For the real men.
them jokers be getting tapped, screaming like girls, like, oh.
Yeah, especially LeBron James. He don't even get touched, and he'd be screaming like, "Oh my eyes!"
Bro, I remember, bro. Who was it? Charles Barkley used to take flight. He used to take off on jokers.
Yeah. And then
Who
Dennis
else?
Rodman, of course. You know.
Larry Bird. Larry Bird was a
Ooh.
tough boy from Boston, from your hood.
Yeah.
Larry
You see,
Bird was taking
that's
off with
one-
everybody.
That's one badass white boy.
Who else?
Excuse
Dennis-
my cussing, but
Yeah, Larry Bird was a bad white boy.
white
He was sneaking everybody. Dennis Rodman was a psycho.
Yeah, he's just.
You know what I mean? You would think because the hair was purple, then all of a sudden he's take off on
Yeah,
you.
he's nuts.
You know?
But you see, one thing I love about Larry
Even
Bird.
Jordan, bro.
One thing I love about Larry Bird, he will talk smack, but he could put his money where his mouth is.
Yeah,
Like he'll
for sure.
tell you, you know
For
what?
sure.
I'm gonna shoot right here and drop a 3 on you, and he'll do
Facts,
it
facts.
in your face. Like that's what I love about Larry Bird.
That's the era we
But
cut from, man.
You got
know what I mean?
LeBron James now, and we're
Give Larry Bird more props to Michael Jordan.
More props than Michael Jordan, bro.
all right. We need a new cameraman. We need,
Nah,
we
nah.
need a director. We need to change production companies.
This is a conspiracy theory. This
and
is
he's wearing a New York hat.
This is a
What?
conspiracy theory, bro. You know what I mean? This guy must have. How old are you, Jeff? 38.
He's
Now
our age.
you old enough to know better, bro.
Shoot.
You old enough to know
Only
better,
thing
bro.
I'm gonna say, I'm
38.
new and Q. I want to mess up the show. Is like I was telling Q. A 1967 Eleanor Ford is my favorite car, but the truth is that a 2021 V6 Caravan could probably beat it. Things get better, athletes get better, people get better. Period.
Okay.
True.
Okay.
No doubt about that. You definitely gotta.
On a caveat.
True.
Okay, look, I'm using big words. Caveat to that. If you want to say new is better, what about the new music lately? The garbage that they call music, the mumble rap.
Good thing I don't listen to none of that crap.
He's
anymore,
lucky.
You know what I mean?
He's lucky.
But I know because I read lyrics. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Because, you know, as a poet, it's in my blood. Even though I don't listen to music, I still write poetry. And like somebody hit me up. I woke up yesterday with all these messages. Nah, I shouted you
Yeah, I
out.
was
Nah,
about to
shouted
say
you out.
that.
So I said, you know what? Let me go Google this song. What is it? And I listened to the lyrics.
Death Row East, right?
Yeah, something called Death Row. So I read lyrics. And I can say, bro, from what I read, stuff is garbage.
Yeah. But you see, Nas is
no,
still,
that Nas
still one of
joint-
our era.
Yeah, Nas, what
like
he
the-
did in that song, he clarified
Yeah.
what a lot of people didn't understand. You know what I mean? About
Yeah.
a night that I always speak about it. And some people, because Snoop got up and said a story that was totally opposite.
I just saw the Art of Dialogue.
Yeah, the Art of Dialogue, I was
They
able to go on
did
their
an
platform.
interview with Nas, and
Yes,
Nas
yes,
touches
yes.
up on
Yes.
Snoop Dogg and
Yeah,
what
Snoop,
really
even
happened.
Nas even touch up on it. Because
Yeah.
Snoop, you know, I don't know what happened. You know what I mean? Like,
It
I
was
don't,
that confrontation right after the awards, right?
Yeah, but I don't know why Snoop always like. I really don't know why. Whenever he tell a story about Pac, it's like he always belittle Pac. You know what I mean? And whoever and shot, and it's strange. You know,
Yeah.
even though Snoop, that's the homie.
Yeah.
We got a lot of mutual
Uncle.
friends.
That's Uncle.
That's Uncle Snoop. But Uncle
Yeah.
Snoop, bro, we need the story to be told the way, because Pac not here to defend himself.
Yeah.
So all we saying, bro, when you want to tell a story, tell the truth, bro. You know what I
Tell
mean?
it
Don't
exactly
always
how
like
it
make it
goes,
seem
yeah.
like. So when Snoop was telling the story, like, you know, this when I started talking about it. For if you look at me for years, I never really spoke about that type of stuff. But I still feel like no matter what, I don't agree with my lyrics before. I don't agree with a lot of stuff that I did before. But at the end of the day, Pac was a friend of mine. He helped my family. He took me from the ghetto. You know what I mean? Gave me an opportunity to get in the music industry, even though I don't agree with the music industry now. But
Yeah.
you don't forget the good that people done for you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I can't negate what he done for me and my family. My grandmother died, he paid for the funeral. You know what I mean? He did a lot of stuff for me and my family. So when I see people, you know, speaking down about him, especially friends like Snoop, and he not even speaking down about him, I just want you to tell the truth. Because right now he can't defend himself. He got a lot of people speaking dirt on his name. He's not here to defend himself.
Yeah.
And even the Prophet Muhammad, he said, don't speak bad about the dead, because what's already written for them already reached them.